Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and welcome back to some more EVE Online. Yes, I know I'm once again off to mine a little bit. I know it's pretty boring, but keep in mind we're in the last few weeks before the expansion, so a lot of people are right now in preparation mode, and me included. And for me that means grind out some ISK by mining and just get ready for the expansion. A lot of people are probably looking at the market at the moment, trying to figure out what will rise in price and all of that. But for me it's just a little bit of mining. Now you might have noticed as well that I've been taking it very slowly in the last few days actually. And the reason for that is because I've been reading a book, namely Warhammer 40k Battle of the Fang. Really a great book, I loved it, very accessible also. This was not a very difficult read compared to let's say 1000 Suns, which is the first Warhammer 40k novel that I read. That one felt quite a bit more difficult than the Battle of the Fang here. Next up I'm probably going to reread No Fear about the Ultramarines. Just because there's quite a lot of orbital bombardment in there, and that gets me to a couple of ideas I've been having over the last few days, just some thoughts about EVE Online. I'm wondering if there will be high-sec planetary bombardment when dust hits. That's one thing. I'm hoping it does. I think it would be really cool if you could just fit a battleship with some orbital bombardment modules, go look for a planet where there's a Dust 514 battle going on, and that you could then connect to it and support the Dust players from orbit, even in high sec, without really any strings attached or a lot of preparation to be made. Just go out there and bombard some Dust bunnies. That was one of the thoughts I was having, and the other one is about the trailer we saw. One thing mentioned in there is that some PvE missions will be about clearing away rogue drones, which I thought was pretty interesting. The idea I'm having, or that I'm playing with, is maybe that's part of the storyline about the live events that's going on now. One thing that I find pretty odd is that it's all going on in low sec, which is not where I would expect the empires to develop their dust technology. And if instead this might be about the rogue drones and the rogue drones on planets, I think that could be interesting and is a possibility for where the storyline is heading concerning the live events. We'll have to wait and see, of course, on both those points, whether or not we'll be able to bombard some high-sec dust targets. And if it pans out that the storyline involves the rogue drones, I don't know yet, but I'm looking forward to finding out. Yeah, on top of this speculation, what we do have is a dev blog. So let me try and find my, there we go, the browser. Dev blogs. Halftime overview of EVE Online Retribution. So this quickly covers most of the things that they're working on. And it's pretty nice to have this at this point, just below a month before the expansion hits. Team Pony Express is all about the player experience. So at the moment, what are they working on? Making it easier to find a corporation, which is of course good for new players. Improving the UI for corporation advertising could always be helpful. And some improvements to the whole recruitment process, and the in-flight UI a lot nicer. So that's with the new targeting icons which will be around, and those changes. And that's one cycle done, so I'll have to start looking for another few asteroids to mine soon to reach player class A. That's gonna be okay. Next up, Team 50 is working on Law and Order. After reworking the backend system for Crime Watch in the last release, they are set to focus on changes to gameplay, including simplification of the flagging mechanics. So those will be the flags which we'll see on the top left corner, whenever we do something criminal or even when we attack an NPC. And they're also taking a look at the rogue drone regions, which we'll see in improvement content. So, oh, that's pretty nice. They're going to try and improve the rogue drone regions in 0.0, and probably the loot tables for rogue drones were going to add some. They were going to add some faction drops in there as well, and the new NPC AI. Wow, Team 5 has got quite a lot on their plate, I have to say. Team Super Friends. Let's see what that was. The new bounty system. There we go. Which I'm very excited about. In fact, I'm 99% sure that once the expansion hits, that's going to be my first goal. Let's try and earn a bounty on a player by myself. Or maybe with my brother or with the group, I don't really know yet, but I definitely want to check out the bounty system and see how viable it is to play as a bounty hunter, and if it's possible to do anything on your own. Team Game of Drones is working on the inventory and factional warfare, which we've already seen some things change in faction warfare in order to stop them buying all our plex. And they're also working on rebalancing frigates, destroyers and cruisers, which is very welcome to see all the ship balancing. In fact, about that I saw a post on Reddit about rebalancing of ships. You know, a lot of people ask, is this ship going to be rebalanced? Is that ship going to be rebalanced? It basically comes down to CCP is going to rebalance every single ship in the game at some point. So yeah, just keep an eye out. This is going to be a long process, and there we go. That's what I was expecting. But yeah, at some point they're going to rebalance every single ship, and if they keep coming up with some new ones, like the tier 3 battle cruisers and then the new destroyers, it's looking very good to finding new stuff to do in EVE Online. Team Gridlock working on missile acceleration fixes, and projected range of missiles will now be more accurate. And they're also working on something about the configuration of the force field password. Okay, those are some good fixes, of course. You do want your missile ranges to be correct, and the force fields in POSes have always been a source of quite some frustration and problems. Team Klein, well, at least we get to know most of the teams this way. Is responsible for the sound in the game, and they're working on new turret sounds designed to better capture the scale of battle and sound good at different distances. That's very welcome, actually. If there's one thing that has not had a major overhaul in quite a while, it's the sounds in EVE Online. So that's looking very good. I'm curious to see what that's going to give. Pretty good. I would like to know more about that, actually, about how they're going to work about the sounds and what everything is going to sound like. Very good. Team Tri Lambda are specialist in visuals. They're going to do all the new ship hulls and changes to the Tempest. What else was there? The Megatron. Johnny Pugh covered all or most of them on the test server. Just check out his channel if you want to see what all those ships are going to look like. Some of them look pretty damn good. And that's it so far. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for more juicy tidbits as we ramp up our efforts to bring the best expansion we possibly can. Well, I have to say, as an EVE player, this looks pretty good. A nice combination of fixes, new stuff to play around with, and some new mechanics in there as well. Basically, they're working hard on the space part of EVE Online as well. It's nice to see them keeping up all those efforts. I'm looking forward very much to the expansion, and hopefully it's going to be a big success when it hits. Anyways, there we go, guys. Quick update, some speculation and a dev blog for you all, and I'll see you all next time.